Today on OC News, CFA is preparing to go on strike if necessary.
The Mexican government is responding to Hurricane Otis.
And more updates on the death of Friends star Matthew Perry.
All this and more coming up on OC News.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State
Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Joshua Potts.
And I'm Sarah Granillo. Thank you for joining us this evening. In a vote spanning 7 days and 23 Cal State campuses, the California Faculty Association members have voted to authorize a strike. What does this mean here at CSUF? Connor Alakaya has more.
Fight! We win! When we fight, we win!
The vote from the 21st of October through the 27th passed with flying colors.
Across all 23 California State University campuses, 95% of CFA voting members overwhelmingly support calling a strike if necessary.
The CFA and CSU are still awaiting results from an independent fact finder. The CFA planned to organize a rally from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. outside the Board of Trustees office in Long Beach, California this coming Tuesday, where they will show their solidarity with students from the SQE as well as their own members from the CFA.
Together, we will confront and overcome the cynicism of CSU management.
Students are with us. Over the past several months, students have expressed support and encouragement for our demands for fair pay and equity, making their presence felt during our strike authorization vote.
SQE member Vaughn Wilbur said students should support a strike, as better conditions for instructors means better conditions for students.
As we know, Halloween is famous for trick-or-treating. This is why Americans did not refrain from spending up to the last penny on candy this year. This year, Halloween was more expensive than ever. The National Retail Federation estimated a record of $12.2 billion expended on candy and customs, surpassing post-pandemic levels. The NRF also said this was a big day for the industry. Halloween confirmed that Americans are willing to expend money on candy despite the spike in economic inflation we are currently facing today.
Southern California is known for its beautiful beaches, sunny weather, and celebrities. But it's also become famous for something else, and it will hit you right in the wallet. Francisco Molina tells us more.
All is not sunny when you hit the gas pumps in California. Over the past decade, the state has gained a reputation for its increasing homelessness, high gas prices, and expensive rent.
Technically, I started looking in March, so April, May, and then I started re-looking again in July. And when I was looking in July, I was like, oh, I can't find anything under $2,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Like nothing. On places like Zillow, on places like Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace, like other places where you're looking for on apartments.com, like all these different services, they all are listing the same places at the same prices, and they're all $22, $26, $27, which I was like, $27,000 or $2,700 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. That is a lot of money.
Apartment rentals like the one behind me have seen an increase in price since COVID of 2020. For many recent college students, the idea of owning a property in California seems like a fantasy. However, there are programs in California that can still make that dream a reality.
Depending on where you are and whatnot, we have a lot of different programs for first-time buyers. We have, FHA where you only have to put 3% down instead of a conventional 20% or sometimes a 5%. So we've got options like that a lender would give you.
Israeli airstrikes hit a densely populated refugee camp in Gaza twice in the last 2 days, killing dozens. Today's Israeli strike in the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza reportedly killed at least 80 people, including Hamas commander Ibrahim Bahari, and had great damage onto it on top. According to eyewitnesses and medics responding, Hamas has since denied their presence there. Ambassador Riyad Mansour, the permanent observer of the State of Palestine to the UN, said the strike was a crime and urged the International Criminal Court to take action.
A shooting rampage suspect in Maine was found dead on Friday night. The shooter's sister identified him as the gunman after the mass casualty shooting. According to police documents released Tuesday, the mass shooter's sister called police after recognizing her brother as the gunman seen in security video photos holding a rifle. Robert Card killed 18 people and wounded many others while he opened fire at a bar and grill and bowling alley in Lewiston last Wednesday. The shooting set off a massive manhunt, but Card was found dead from an apparent suicide 2 days later. Coming up on OC News, Mexico authorities send more aid to Acapulco as Hurricane Otis death tolls rise.
Plus, here our friends and fans of actor Matthew Perry are reacting to his death over the weekend. And make sure to tune in and stay tuned for the latest updates in weather and sports. This and more after the break.
The passage of Hurricane Otis through Acapulco, Mexico, has left irreparable damages, which has affected many residents. We're finally getting a look at the damage caused by Hurricane Otis that hit Acapulco last week. It was the first time a Category 5 hurricane has hit the Pacific coast of Mexico. At least 47 people were killed, and damage is extensive. Estimated at $11 billion, telephone communications are said to be improving. Many gas stations are back to supplying fuel, and more help is on the way. Many residents, though, are still complaining that it isn't reaching those who need it most.
We are deeply saddened by the loss of life and devastation caused by the Hurricane Otis. This week in Mexico, our hearts are with all those impacted by this storm. Next up, we have our weatherman, Samuel Enriquez, with all the local updates. Samuel?
Thank you, Joshua. So today, currently in Fullerton, it is hot, dry, and really uncomfortable for me because I decided to wear a sweater today. But right now we have a temperature of 87 degrees. We're gonna have a low of 53. The wind isn't doing us any favors with it only being 5 miles per hour. And like I said, it's dry, so the humidity is at 7%. We're gonna have a late sunrise at 7:10 a.m. and an early sunset at 5:59 p.m. Moving on to the 5-day forecast, like I said, it's we have a high of 87 and a low of 52 today. And tomorrow it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 53. Friday, we're going to see a little bit of a cool down with a high of 81 and a low of 55. And starting Saturday morning, we're going to have patchy fog before 11 a.m. And that fog is going to stay with us until the end of the week. But after that, we're going to have mostly sunny skies with a high of 80 and a low of 56. And that fog is going to come back Saturday night and extend through Sunday morning. But like I said, after 11 a.m., we're going to have mostly sunny skies, and it's going to be 78 with a low of 56. Well, that's it for me. I mean, for me personally, I'm kind of hoping for some sweater weather because I'm going to be getting those pounds with the tamales, the menudo that's coming up during the break. So that's all I got. I'm ready to take off my sweater, sending it back to you guys at the desk.
Cal State Fullerton students showed out this year for the university's annual Multicultural Fest. Reporter Elian Escalante has the details on this event.
Cal State Fullerton students are able to enjoy Multicultural Fest once again this year, which is being hosted. Free games, coffee, and tacos were being given out to promote some of the booths and organizations. The diversity amongst these students can be seen as many groups from different backgrounds are joining together for this event. The diversity is apparent as students celebrate their cultures.
This is an event that's like for students to kind of find a organization that's similar to their cultures and kind of find that community within college and just learn more about their culture if they don't know enough about it, or just join and learn about other cultures as well. Like, it's open to everyone and anyone. It's not limited to any culture regardless.
Some of the cultural groups even have some performances for students to enjoy. Let's take a look.
So the main reason why I came out today was because I wanted to see the different cultures that are here at Cal State Fullerton, potentially join a club to, build my resume and just be a part of a community here at Cal State Fullerton and get more involved.
It seems that he's not the only one who plans on taking advantage of this event to network. Many students have already registered and have gotten in line to participate in this year's Multicultural Fest. This is Elian Escalante for OC News.
Man, I feel like people aren't telling me about these events on campus. Like, I need to get tapped in for real. But hey, got milk is what schools in New York are asking right now. Schools in central New York are now wondering as the country is experiencing a milk carton shortage. North Syracuse Central School District families received a letter from the district about the shortage last week. The letter explains that the district was aware of the shortage and how it could impact schools' meal programs. Currently, the district is looking for alternative packing solutions, and their food service staff is working to make sure the students receive the nutritious school meals they're used to. Coming up, more on the death of the actor Matthew Perry, who played Chandler Bing on the hit show Friends.
Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead celebrations, offers comfort and community, connection all around the world, plus the latest updates in sports. All this and more coming up after the break.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Sadness has been the reaction from Hollywood due to the surprising news of Matthew Perry's death. This past Saturday, tragic news was released about the death of Matthew Perry, the famous actor in the series Friends. Authorities confirmed that the 54-year-old actor was found unconscious in the jacuzzi of his home in Los Angeles. On Monday, experts stated that determining the cause of death will take up to weeks or months. For now, what we can say is that many of his Hollywood colleagues and fans have been leaving signs of love from Los Angeles all the way to New York City.
From guests to cast members, everyone joins in on the fun at Disneyland's Oogie Boogie Bash.
Overall, it's been fun. I've been meeting a bunch of guests from not just around the country, but also around the world. Like, I have guests that come from Japan. I had guests come from Australia, England, and then and some of them from Spain. And I also had like people from the Netherlands. So it's been really interesting about like interacting with so many guests from all across the world who just come here for the Halloween event for Oogie Boogie to give away candy, talk to the guests, and try to partake in the story of the trail that you're in.
Halloween was the last night for the Oogie Boogie Bash event for the year. Hannah Rodriguez, a Cal State Fullerton student, worked the event for the first time.
During the past week, it's been really fun, honestly, especially with the other cast members. I think it's just a little more lively. Like including with the guests, with all their little costumes and little gadgets. I don't know, I think it's really cool, really interesting, especially because I saw some guy dressed up as one of the parades, and he had like this whole screen thing and everything. It was really cool. It's just really fun. If I have another chance to, I'd really be interested, really open to doing it again.
All 25 Halloween party nights were sold out before the event began for the season. This is John T. Rodriguez from OC News.
National ranked powerhouse St. John Bosco High School delivered a powerful message in their victory over Orange Lutheran. Sports anchor Isaiah Ruiz has further details on SoCal football and pro sports. Isaiah?
That's right, Josh. So St. John Bosco coming in as the #1 team in the country, arguably after beating Mater Dei just a few weeks ago. They went into Orange Lutheran at Orange Coast College to go ahead and take on the Orange Lutheran Lancers.
The Orange Lutheran Lancers from the city where juice is produced take on arguably the #1 team in the country at Orange Coast College, St. John Bosco. But unfortunately, no juice gets loose for the Lancers here. Bosco looking to clinch the #1 seed heading into the playoffs, while Olu looks to avoid going 500 on the season. Bosco quarterback Caleb Sanchez hits his running back Chauncey Sylvester over the middle to quickly get the Braves on the board first. As expected, the Braves get all over this one early on. However, Olu not done yet. They begin to try and make a comeback, finding the end zone and closing what started off as a pretty early gap going into this one. The crowd getting back into it, and the Lancers are looking to gain momentum. But Bosco did what Bosco always does and begins to pull away. This time, Sylvester once again is going to score on almost the same formation as the Eagles' tush push. Bosco fans loving it as they finish the season 9-1 and take home the Trinity League title.
Now moving on to the Lakers. The Lakers are going to go ahead and take on the Clippers tonight, but on Sunday they went ahead and played the Kings. The Kings were looking to get a big win over the Lakers early on in the season. Let's see how that game turned out.
Lakers hosting Magic on Monday night after a tough loss to the Sacramento Kings, hoping to bounce back and get back in the win column. Anthony Davis finally decided to show up in LA with 26 points and 19 boards, along with 3 blocks. Probably the only thing he's been consistent at, for being honest, Lakers fans. D'Lo showed up and showed out, leading the Lakers in scoring with 28 points as well. Coming out some clutch threes just like this one with a sweet assist from Christian Wood. That one goes in silky smooth. And of course, King James also coming up clutch in crunch time with a huge 3 of his own. His patented look at the ball and shoot shot goes in. He had 19 points and was only 3 minutes over his minutes restriction.
And last but not least, we certainly have the World Series. It's going to be Game 4 coming up soon, but we're going to take a look at Game 3. That was for the first time in Arizona.
World Series Game 3, the Rangers and Phoenix Diamondbacks hosting a World Series game for the first time since back in 2001. I was only 3 years old at the time, and Josh wasn't even born yet. But anyway, bottom of the second, man on second, Tony Pham at the plate and looking for a clutch hit, but Garcia brought his own artillery onto the field and throws Christian Walker out at home, keeping the Diamondbacks scoreless in the second. Top of the third, Dodger fans, you might want to look away from this one. Former Dodger Corey Seager hits a bomb, giving the Rangers a 3-0 lead. The Rangers go on to win 3-1 and take a 2-1 series lead over the Diamondbacks.
That's all the sports I have for you today. Titans, go ahead and get back at the desk, guys.
And those Rangers are looking real scary right now in the World Series. And really, can you believe that Not Scary Farm has been terrifying guests for 50 years? Stay tuned as we take you on a chilling journey through its history and reveal what's in store for their 50th anniversary.
Not Scary Farm is celebrating its 50th year of haunting, and the anticipation is electrifying. With a history and innovation and a commitment to pushing the boundaries of terror, this landmark anniversary promises to be unlike any other.
It started in 1973 as one of the first amusement parks to have their very own Halloween-themed and centered attraction. It sparked a whole plethora of other parks and other attractions throughout the United States to start their own Halloween-themed events.
The visionary behind this endeavor was none other than Walter Knott himself, the founder of Knott's Berry Farm. His dedicated team of innovators transformed the amusement park into a haunted wonderland, setting the stage for this iconic tradition.
Haunt launched its first Halloween haunt in 1973. Every year they employ up to 200 professional makeup artists, some who do it for a living and some who do it just for this event. On top of that, they employ over 300 monsters a year. Some of them are returning, and sometimes you get lucky and you get a new monster. Every year they have characters that are designed specifically for their parks, mazes, and attraction areas, usually called scare zones. Every year they update their scare zones. This year they brought back some classics, like their Green Witch from their 40th anniversary, as well as the Hanging, uncanceled.
As Not Scary Farm celebrates its 50th anniversary, the appeal of fun, fear, and the spirit of Halloween should be checked out.
Dia de los Muertos is back, and many families are ready for the celebration starting today and tomorrow. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a traditional holiday for Mexican families around the world who want to honor their ancestors. This day is remembered for its colorful attire and makeup of La Catrina and for its famous Pan de Muerto. This tradition is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd of each year, despite its name Dia de los Muertos isn't a celebration of death, but rather a celebration of life and family. Joshua, is there anybody you'd like to celebrate this Dia de los Muertos?
Definitely my grandma. She just passed away this January. It was really fast, the process, but what she taught us and our family, like, it's really looking towards the future. We'll always remember her. Sarah, for you?
Yeah, I would have to definitely say my grandma as well. She's definitely taught us how to be a family and how to love each other and always stick together.
I can't even believe it's November already. Like, where people are playing Christmas music at this time, like, it's really, it's wild. But thank you for joining us here at OC News this evening. Our next telecast is coming on in the next few minutes.
And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Titan TV CSUF. From all of us here at OC News, it was a pleasure bringing you to the latest headlines. Have a lovely day.